Hi everyone. Just thought I'd just pop on to do a little update video. It's been quite a long time since I've done any updates, especially in the house. So I thought I'd just show you around really and show you what we've been doing. So this is the wall in the kitchen that you might have seen a few photos of. Actually, you know what? I might turn you around actually so that you can see it a bit better. Here we go, you can see it a little bit better now. So yeah, we took the concrete render off of this wall and exposed the stonework, and it's just so absolutely stunning. And then we took all of the old pointing out and now I'm repointing it. And it's turning out actually to be really beautiful. And although it's been really hard work and it's taken ages, I'm really glad we're taking the time to do it because I think it's going to look really nice when it's done. So we're using lime to point it, and because we just really like the look of it, as well as it just being nicer to use and slightly nicer to produce as well, from an environmental point of view. But I'm pointing it in a really particular kind of way, so I don't know how well this comes across on video, but I'm pointing it so that it's got kind of like spaces between the stones. Do you see what I mean? So it's quite 3D. Right, this is quite far back. There's a ledge there. I've not seen pointing done like this before. I know it's not the way that you're supposed to do pointing. It's supposed to be quite flat, whereas this isn't. But the reason I did it that way is because I really like the 3D effect of the stones, and I really like that you can see all of the stones and you can see all of these like rough edges and stuff, and all these little cracks and little like imperfections on the stones. And I actually really like that you can see all of those things rather than it being like a really flat wall. With my hand. Yeah, that is quite a big ledge there. And I've also popped in these other stones. This is a stone that I found on Saundersfoot Beach, and there was like a big kind of gap there, so I just popped that little stone in there. And then there's some other stones here, which is from, I need to clean the lime off of these. I think that one was from the beach, and then these are crystals from the land. We've got a lot of quartz on the land, and we find them, you know, on the track and in the forest. There's another one from, this one was from the beach, and I just love the pattern on it. It's really nice. And then over here we've got something really special, which doesn't show up very well, but I don't know if you can see that there. That is a shark's tooth, and that is because Jem used to dive with the sharks in the London Aquarium, and he used to pick up the shark's teeth, and so we thought it would be really nice if we could just set it into the wall and, you know, put these little pieces of our lives in the wall. It just feels like a really nice thing to do. And we've each chosen different stones and things to put in. So that is the wall so far. And if you're wondering what that is, that's just the flue sticking out of a massive hole in the wall. So once we've got oh, I should give some context here, right? Because I'm just assuming that everybody knows what I'm talking about. So we've bought a Rayburn, which is here. It's back to front. This is the back. The front is around this side. You can't really see. You can just kind of see her through there. So we bought this Rayburn. It's wood fueled. You can see it's got a back boiler. Well, wood and coal. And it's going to sit here. Jumping around all over the place. It's going to sit here. and it's going to connect up to the flue, and the flue goes up through the existing chimney, and so for the smoke obviously. And we've tied a plastic bag around here because actually we get quite a lot of soot. You can see the soot has collected there, and also the rain comes through. So we had to tie the bag on because it was just we'd come down in the morning and there'd be a big pile of wet soot on the floor. So yeah, that wasn't great. So we just thought put a plastic bag around it. I think I just said a big pile. It's not a big pile. That's totally an exaggeration. There's an amount of soot, you know, that falls on the floor. So we just put that on. You can see there's a darker patch there. It's just where I've wetted the wall down because this is the next bit I'm going to point. I've got my setup here. This is the lime mix that's ready to go. So I've just wetted down the wall and I'm just letting it soak in, and I thought, oh well, I'll take 10 minutes to do a little update video of the beautiful kitchen wall. Not much else has changed in the kitchen. Oh, do you know, it's a bit of a mess, isn't it, actually? I didn't tidy before this video, so apologies for the mess. And I got like laundry in the washing machine and stuff. So yeah, this is the kitchen's kind of the same. I keep meaning to paint that kitchen window frame, and you know, it's just one of those jobs I just never seem to get around to doing. Oh, let me show you the eggs. So if you're local, you'll know that we sell some of our eggs on the Honesty stall at the bottom of the track. So I'm collecting the next batch of eggs to go onto the Honesty stall. And look at this one that was laid the other day. Oh, who laid that whopper? Look at the size of it. Somebody laid no, I think that's got 2 yolks in it. I think it's a double yolker. You see the difference in size. That's a double yolker, I think. And actually we get quite a lot of those. So if you're passing and you see a box of eggs for sale at the bottom of the track, yeah, it's quite likely that there's double yolkers in there, because we do get them probably every 3 or 4 days. They'll lay a double yolk, so that's quite generous of them, isn't it? It's really yeah, it's really good. So what else can I show you that we've done? Oh, why don't I show you through in this room? So we've moved the tumble dryer and the little microwave into here, which is so much easier to have them here now. I don't know if you can hear the droning noise, but we've got the dehumidifiers going because it was raining quite a bit at the start of the week, and so we just need to just keep on top of the damp, which actually I must say so much better this year than last year, because last year it was pretty grim, but yeah, it's better now. And you know, look, we bought this really cool gadget which when you turn it on, it's like a little hoover, and we use it on the windows like this, and it sucks all the water off the windows, the condensation, because we get terrible condensation in the mornings. All of our windows are single glazed, and they're just completely clogged up with condensation in the mornings. So we find that little hoover thing really does the trick. Actually, it's fantastic. So slowly but surely we're turning this room into a utility room, and at the moment we're working on a plan to fill this wall with loads and loads of shelves, because I've got loads of kitchen stuff that needs to be stored in here. So that's a work in progress. This is a little shelf unit that was here when we moved in, and I've sanded it and taken all the old varnish off, and I'll be painting it soon to put up in our living room. We took the door off the bathroom and then regretted it. So I had an old wool blanket that Jem nailed that up, so to give us a bit of privacy for the bathroom. Oh, it's a bit dark in here. Let me turn the light on. So the bathroom still looks like a complete building site, but we've taken the shower out. All the tiles are off the walls now, and we're in the process of taking the plaster off. The sides of the bath have gone. I took the floor up as well, and then just found this rug to put down. Yeah, do you know, it looks such a state, doesn't it? You know how, like, when you live with something, you just get so used to seeing it that you don't even notice it anymore. But then when I film it, I go, oh, it looks so grim. How do we live with it like this? But you just do, don't you? You just kind of get used to it. And I mean, we've been living with this most of this year, actually. I think we were doing this in February, March time, just before the COVID stuff hit. So, yeah, it's been quite a long time we've been living with it like this, because, you see, we started the bathroom, we started gutting it, and then we realised that if we didn't get on with the Rayburn, that we wouldn't get it installed in time for the cold weather to hit. And how right are we? It's blooming freezing here. I don't know how it is with everyone else, but it's been, last night it was so cold, there was a frost, and yeah, it's freezing. So, well, hence you might have noticed when I was panning around the kitchen earlier, I've got the electric radiator in here, because it gets really cold in here. And yeah, I've got the electric radiator right next to my lime, which probably isn't a good idea. Eddie, if you're watching this, I'll move the radiator so it doesn't dry my lime out, because you're probably looking at that thinking, that's really not a good idea, Marie. It's going to dry your mix out. So yeah, noted. I will be moving the radiator straight after I filmed this. But yeah, I mean, I came down here this morning, and I keep this little thermometer down here so I can see what the temperature is. So now it's 16.4 in here. This morning when I came down it was 14 degrees. So yeah, this end of the house is really cold. The rest of the house is not too bad, but this end is really cold. This room is... it probably looks a bit different. Wow, it looks really green, doesn't it? Do you know what? It's not actually that green. It's the light on the phone is, because I'm filming this on my phone, it's making it look like lime green, which is quite bright, but it's not that bright. So what's changed in here? The carpet is still the same. That wonderful carpet. This will be going really soon, the carpet. We're working on getting rid of that. All of Emmy's toys are just crammed in here because there's just nowhere else for them to go. So they just stay there. And I just try not to see it all most of the time. I did take the carpet off the stairs, which has revealed this beautiful wooden staircase. Well, I say beautiful. It's better than it was, isn't it? It's better than having the carpet on. Interestingly, you can see there used to be a runner, and he's just varnished the edges and not the middle. We're in two minds about the stairs. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't know whether we're going to try and sand all the varnish off and have them wooden, or whether we're going to put a carpet back on. I'm not sure. I'd prefer them wooden, I think. We'll see. And what else have we done? We've moved, sorry, laundry hanging up. My God, I didn't prepare for this video at all well, did I? This is, yeah, we've moved the table to here because it's really nice having it in front of the window. You can see we've got a lovely view over the village and over the fields and stuff, and you can see all the trees, and down there is the river. Although, can you see it? kind of just as the leaves drop now, we'll be able to see the river. This green thing here is the roof of our log store, which is just outside the front of the house. Actually, there's an exciting thing with that. Me and Jem are discussing the possibility of reinforcing it so that it's stronger, putting a lip around it, and then putting it having it as a turf roof, maybe with some wildflowers growing in it. Because, like, let's face it, that doesn't look exactly pretty as it is. So that's a plan for the future. Yeah, so I think that's about it, really. That's what we've been up to. Is there anything else? I don't think so. Got all these beautiful feathers I'm collecting. These are from our cockerel peanut. These stripy ones, these are from magpies, I think. But these ones are from peanut. And they're gorgeous. So I'm looking for some kind of craft that I can do that uses up these beautiful feathers, because they just seem too beautiful to put on the compost heap. So I've been on Pinterest trying to look for different kind of crafts I can do. And this is a buzzard feather that I picked up in the forest the other day. Oh, let me show you something amazing that we found in the forest. Look, Emmy found it. It's a skull of some kind of creature. To me, it looks like a bird, like a big bird. But Jem is not so sure. And our neighbours found a similar, very, very similar shaped skull, and theirs has the beak, and it's definitely a bird of prey. It's got a curled beak on it, you know, like you know what I mean, a bird of prey beak. And they're pretty certain that their one is of a buzzard, because they had actually seen the buzzard before it had decomposed and left its skull. So I think this might be similarly a buzzard. Isn't that fascinating? So yeah, that's really cool. I don't know what we're going to do with it, but it just seemed like such a lovely thing to just not leave it in the forest. So I think that's us. So just take one last look at the wall. I'm going to do an update of the garden soon, because there's been quite a lot of stuff happening in the veg garden. I can't really call it a veg garden yet because it's got no veg in it, but it's going to be a veg garden. And yeah, I'll try and do that at some point next week. Do an update on that. But for now, stay safe everyone, and take care, and have a lovely weekend, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye bye.